Hello, everybody.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, yeah, that's one of my sound check styles there. When I say hello, everybody, making sure that the the microphone on YouTube is working. But anyways, well, welcome to the Mikestand, everybody. Of course, it's Friday. That means that we're at our weekly look back down comics history lane. Um, Tonight we'll be going over Target Comics Volume 1, Issue 2 from Novelty Press. But of course, before we do get into that, I'm going to turn the floor over to my co-host tonight, Tim Olson, give him an opportunity to promote any links he'd like to share, um, talk about whatever project he's doing, just basically all the good stuff. So Tim, take it away.
What am I? Okay, well, I'm just gonna go about what I'm doing because it is what it is. All right, so I'm working on new projects, Melvin 4 and Xenodesius #1. Um, issue 4 will be mark the end of the first story arc, and I'm gonna be working on Melvin 5 as soon as I'm done with that. But and Xenodesius is kind of I've probably mentioned this to you before. It's like Droids meets Adult Swim.
Um, uh, I'm going to step away from the computer for a moment, so just continue what you're doing there, Tim. I'll be right back.
Okay, cool. Anyway, it's kind of like Droids means Adult Swim, so there's a lot of kind of over the top humor. Should be about first story is pretty much one page away from being done, and then there's like two supporting stories, and they're I don't know if you say B stories or supporting stories, but one's about 6 pages and the other one's about three. So plus the main story, which is about 11 pages. So it's a pretty decent sized book. Yeah. So and I'm planning to do more Etsy and just conventions. Kind of try to try to gain more of a reach here. So I apologize here. I've had a long day. I'm a little tired.
All right, I'm back. Just as a of course reminder to everybody, if you haven't already, you guys can like and share the stream. See if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. Also, if you haven't, also if anything here we talk about tonight grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions. We'll try to answer the questions to the best of our ability. As as of course we now get into this, we're going to go ahead and get started on our um, and Tim, of course, as always, um, if anything here we talk about, feel free to comment or ask questions if anything grabs your attention to as we get into this. So Tim, you ready? All right, I guess he must have had to step away as well.
No, I didn't step away. I had to. There's a dog in here that takes up a lot of room, so I had to kind of change my position here.
Okay. All right. So you ready? You ready for the material tonight? Then.
Yes.
All right, so and you notice a little target there, in the spelling there, comics.
Yes, I can see that. It's called Target Comics, therefore there are targets. I
Right.
get it.
64 pages, all in full color, featuring White Streak, Bullseye Bill, Lucky Bird, City Editor, T-Man, 2R, and 5 others. Free prizes for you. Like you got a ring of some type. It looks like there. You got what looks like maybe a pocket knife and some other interesting little things.
Go up.
Uh,
Go up to where that ray gun is. I'm sorry, but that just looks funny. He's got a gun pointing at his head and he's smiling. He's like, I want to die.
yeah, I guess that does look kind of interesting. Um, don't know if people really understood what they were doing when they put that together, but hey, whatever, right?
I think it's funny as hell.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. Well, you notice they got the head being pointed at, and for what maybe these are prizes the kids won, and maybe that's why they got maybe even though he's got the gun pointed, maybe that's the prize he won, right?
Do it, Billy. End it. End it all, Billy.
All right, Man of War, The White Streak. Let's see, by Carl Burgos. All right, so let's see here. Oh yeah, he's got some eye beams coming out of his eyes there. Beams coming out of his eyes there.
Yep, eye beams, pretty generic. Every superhero has, at least a lot of superheroes usually have those.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. During the Great War in South America, a hill rose from a dead volcano. Dr. Sims, investigating the phenomenon, finds a cave in Man of War, the White Streak. After convincing Sims that he, Man of War, is the last of the servants dedicated to preserve peace and breaker of warmongers, he departs to mete out justice to the dictator Don Ryuzen, who sent innocent men to war because he wanted mere oil wells, and now inside Man of War's cave. Quite an interesting narration there, huh? Corporate greed even back then, right?
Yep.
No, that you're free, Man of War. How would you like to visit the United States? Uh, Good. It might prove to be the most it might prove to be most interesting, Sims. Okay. Days later, is Man of War and Sims reach a small town and book passage on a tramp steamer. Hmm. We've only 2 more days traveled, Man of War. You'll like the United States. I hope so, but in any great civilization, we, uh, we're apt to find those who, through illegal methods, send legions of youths to a muddy grave. I feel there's trouble ahead. Nonsense. The world is at peace. I guess in Novelty Press's world, the world is at peace. Apparently, right, Tim?
I was just about to say the irony that they say the world is at peace. don't mind those European countries over there, or have been warring for a little while. The world is at peace.
Well, I guess apparently in the universe of Novelty Press, maybe their world is at peace, right? You know how I talk about the different comic universes, right?
Well, I don't think they were thinking about continuity. They were just. I think this was just like get the books out quick, even if it's garbage.
Hmm. The tramp drops her anchor, and the two men move swiftly down the gangplank and into Sim's private auto as a newsie shouts, "Extra!" Tim, do you remember what a newsie is?
Yeah, it's a newsboy that they hand out newspapers.
Right. Okay.
Everybody should kind of still know what those are.
Yeah. Even though now I don't know if you see any newsies where you live, but I know nowadays where I live here in California, you don't really have newsies in that traditional sense. Most of the guys who deliver the newspapers, if they're even still I think first off, I think we gotten rid of most, if not all, of the newspaper.
They do subscriptions now. Most newspapers do.
Yeah. So read all about it. New metal uh chroma chromatic till chromatic. It'll change the world. Hmm. Give me your paper, son. Hmm. What is it, Sims? Oh, a new type of metal. I'd like to know more about it. Jensen will take you to my home. Man of War. I'll see you later. Later. Yes, what can I do for you? Well, I'm interested in your firm's new metal, and as a scientist, I thought. Mm-mm, a scientist? Mr. Thompson will be delighted. As a matter of fact, he's giving a demonstration with the chromalac. Go right in. I'm sure Mr. Thompson won't mind. Thank you. Mr. Sims enters the testing room. A blinding flash greets him. Imagine walking into a room and all of a sudden being greeted by a blinding flash there, Tim. Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, yeah. So I guess that makes them a flasher.
Nice pun work there, dude. All right. What you men have just witnessed is Chromalac, the greatest war weapon in the world. Why, we'll make a fortune with it. Uh-oh. I don't think this guy would be a favorite of White Streak. What do you think, Tim?
Probably not.
And I say, if this Chromalac is as good as the papers claim it should be, used for peace, not war. It should be claim it should be used for peace, not war. Huh? Who are you? My name my name is Dr. Sims. The scientist the scientist. Well, you forget, Sims. We're in business to make profits. With the war in Europe uh, waxing hot, do you expect me to be a humanitarian when millions of dollars can be made so easily? Uh-oh. War profiteer, right, Tim? We got a war profiteer here.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
Hmm. You forget that your profit-seeking madness will only lead our country into this war. I warn you, Thompson, if Chromalac is used for war, you will have the white streak to deal with. Hmm. White streak? Bah! Good day, Mr. Sims. Very well, but you haven't heard the last of this. I wonder if there could be anything to this Dr. Sims threat. The white streak, I can't take chances at this stage in the game. Hmm. Hello, operator. I want Bally G dash 4322. Gunner Thompson, come on up to the office. I have a special job for you and your men. Right, goodbye. Wonder what that job could be, hey Tim?
Who knows?
Meanwhile, at Sim's mansion, so this Chromalac is a combination of two metals. And Thompson is to use it for war, correct? Yes, but what are you going to do about it, man of war?
Wait, it's called Chromalac. Sounds like a
Yeah.
laxative. Sounds like a laxative for robots.
Kind of just, I guess, some of the interesting terms and names, terms and phrases they came up with back then, right? You'll read about it in the papers, Sims. From now on, it's my show. Later, here I am, and I'm sure Thompson will change his mind about using this Chromalac for war. I'll have to climb the gate. Thompson Steel Incorporated. As Man of War plummets from the high gate, he is challenged by an armed company guard. Halt, or else I'll fire. Ha, fool, go ahead. As the bullet speeds through the air, the white streak flashes his eyes, and a sharp bolt of electrons spring forward, splitting the bullet in half. Wow, he looks like you might have just cut that bullet in half with laser vision there, eh, there, Tim?
Yep.
Huh. While inside Thompson's office, what was that? A shotgunner? Yeah. The watchman fired at a phony looking guy. Well, what are you waiting for? Get that fellow. That's what I'm paying you for. Okay, Thompson. Don't get excited. Come on, guys. With drawn automatics, the gunner and his henchmen bear down toward Man o' War. Reach, chump. We got you covered. So what? Then a swift flash and two high tension electrons speed forward and blast into the thugs' guns before they can pull the trigger. What the? The gunmen are dazed by the white streaks, um, electrons. Again, Man of War flings his mighty fist into action. Interesting how they drew him. I guess doing a punch. I guess they have him punching like this. That's kind of what it looks like to me. What would you say, Tim? The way they got it, the punch kind of working there.
No, because the motion shows he's only swinging the one arm on the left.
Hmm. All right. And that's that. Sounds like a fight. Come on. Let's get going. I could use some excitement. Uh-oh, private guards coming right at me. What the? A steel bar in the middle of a puddle of water? Just what I need. Come and get me. Hmm. The guards give chase. Man of war leaping atop the bar sends a streak of electrons along the steel and into the water. Oh boy, it looks like he's trying to conduct some electricity there. Hey there, Tim.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, I'm electrocuted. Huh? Ha! The current wasn't strong enough. You're only stunned. And now to see Mr. Thompson. Ah, there he is. And also that toughie I socked. Man of war crashes through the window. Good evening, gentlemen. He must be the White Streak. Yes, I am. You ignored my friend Dr. Sims. He warned you what would happen if you used Chromalac, um, as Tim called it, the laxative for robots, for war. And now, heavens, don't look at me like don't look at me like that. What do you think he could be thinking? Could it be possible that he's thinking this guy's about to blast me with his eye beams?
Probably.
Oh, don't be scared of that penny waste. I'll fix him. I have no desire to put you away, but since you insist, Man of War's fist crashes into the thug's jaw. While guards smash through the doors and start blazing away with their guns. Man of War laughs, snaps his eyes, and electrons force the guns to leap from the guard's hands. Huh? Suddenly, Thompson slumps to the floor. Oh! Hmm. No bullet marks. Must have been his heart. He's dead. Yeah, where's that guy with the eyes? He's gone. He's gone. Bob, look. The guards whirl and see a blazing electronic message. Tom Thompson was a warmonger. His debt is paid in full. Hmm. Thompson died of a heart attack. I wonder what will become of the Chromalac. It will be used for bridges, houses, and other more important things than war. Next month, another complete White Streak picture action story. What did you think of that story, Tim?
What do I think of it?
Yeah, overall.
It's all right.
Anything you liked, anything you disliked in there, or just kind of
It
run of the
was
mill for you?
kind of run.
Yeah, it is kind of interesting though that you have a hero here who seems to hate war, and yet one of his sub names there is Man of War.
Well, that is also interesting how in the comic book the world's at peace, even though at that time in history it wasn't.
In the world of Novelty Press, in the comic book world of Novelty Press, their universe.
Even though it wasn't the reality of what was going on around them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bullseye Bill of the Target Range, Arizona. And look, you got another bullseye right there, another target right there. By I can't even read the name there because it didn't. Let's see now. Let's see how are we gonna. Okay, let's see how are we gonna do this. All right.
What are we doing? I turned my head for a brief second. What's this?
It's Bullseye Bill. This is kind of a Western type story.
Oh, okay.
Bullseye Bill of the Target Range, Arizona. I'm just trying to figure out just exactly how to read this story. All right, see where things are going here. All right, Bullseye Bill Target, owner of the Target Ranch and Range in Winton County, Arizona, with his pal Steve Casey, an unruly and mischievous cowboy prospector, has just captured Travis Trent, range pirate, claim jumper, and all-around villain. Wow. Travis is in love with Dee Parsons, a ranchman's daughter who a few hours ago captured him in Bullseye Cabin. Somehow, after Dee had ridden into the hills looking for Bullseye, leaving Travis in the hands of Quing, Bullseye's Chinese cook. The villain escaped, and it was only by chance that Bullseye and Steve encountered and seized him. All right. You think you're pretty smart, Bullseye, but you'll never get away with this. Hey, I'll fix him. I'll fix him. Oh. Jumping cactus. He keeled over in a dead faint. Steve. We must have winged him in the scuffle. What's the trouble, Trent? My chest. You got me. I can't breathe. Trent's sly cunning um, hustles the boys into aiding his escape. Hmm. Loosen the rope, Steve. We've got to give him air. Okay, Bill. Just a second. The the rope's loose. Trent grasps Steve. Oh, so he's playing possum here. Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
And pulls him off balance. Bill sees and leaps toward them. Like lightning, Trent's feet come up. His steel-clogged heels smash into Bill's jaw, sending him bowling over backwards. So, and a second later, Trent slapped Steve's head down to the ground, knocking him out cold. Crack! A crack! All right, so. And as Bill reaches for his 6-shooter, Trent grabs Steve's gun and whips about, shooting the Colt out of Bill's hand. Well, in this case, what do you think the Colt they're talking about here, Tim?
The Colt he's fighting?
Well, the Colt, probably it's the gun in this case, because Colt is a type of gun, but it's
Oh, the Colt 45, which is like the deadliest pistol at the time.
Uh huh. But the Colt's also the term used for a horse as well. You dirty snake! You'll not get far with those tricks. I'll tear your filthy heart out barehanded. Wow, dude sounds kind of gruesome, doesn't he?
Yeah, kind of.
As Bill lunges, Trent leaps clear, jumping to the saddle. Oh, let's see. Oh no, you don't, Mister Bill, Mister Bill Bullseye Bill. Oh, oh no, you don't, Mister Bullseye Bill. The dirty. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll get him. I've still got the gun we took away from him. No, no, hold it, Steve. I want him alive, not dead. And anyway, he gave us a fair enough chance, but I'll get him yet. And meanwhile, somewhere in the desert, D. Parsons rides towards Bill's ranch with the sheriff. They have left Bill looking for Steve, and are going to Target Ranch to pick up Trent, whom they think is still there under guard by Quing, Bullseye's Chinese cook. They approach the ranch now. You should have stayed at Bill's ranch and stalled off Trent. D, you might have been killed trying to escape. Soon as we get Trent, you'd better hightail it for your old man's ranch. He'll be worried about you. Uh, Hello, Queen, Trent. Where in tarnation are ya? Sounds suspiciously quiet, D. What's the light coming under the door? Maybe they're in there, D. Careful now. Oh, I hope nothing's wrong. Great Gila monsters! What's going on here? Oh! Queen, what's happened, boy? This is more of Trent's dirty work, Sheriff. Oh, head hurt. Miss Trent, he slammed me. Woogie. Catch him Queen's gun during fight. Him shoot up me in head. Him go. Oh. Look like he'll have to have a doctor, D. You'll be safe here now, until Bill and Steve come. I'll ride into Winton and fetch Doc Larson. You take care of Queen. Hello? What's this? A crumpled piece of paper in the doorway? D, come here. Some sort of code looks like. Sort of code looks like. Hmm. Trent, Trent must have dropped it when he fought with Queen. What does it say, Sheriff? Wish I knew, child, but I can't seem to make nothing out of it. Uh, something, I guess, some initials there, something going on. Uh, I'll try to figure it out on the way to town. You better get Queen into bed before he bleeds too much. So long, gal. Holy smokes, he's fainted again. I'll never be able to lift him onto the divan. Buenos dias, senorita. You like some help, see? Manuel, he come for give you assist, see? Oh, what do you think of the story so far, Tim?
Action packed.
uh, who are you? What do you want? Ah, senorita, I want only to help you, chiquita. Come here to me. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, get away. Get away from me, you. Hola. Caramba. I hear horses approaching. I escape pronto through that trap door. Adios, senorita. The half breed, with the agility of a cat, leaps to a rafter. That term wouldn't go over well nowadays, would it, Tim?
No, I don't think so.
Half breed, that term half breed, I don't think that would go over too well
No,
today.
not at all.
Yeah. Help! What's this? Trouble again? D, what is this? Why, you dirty greaser? Oh boy. Not waiting for an explanation, Bullseye shoots. The half breed comes to his feet only winged by Bill's gunfire. Bill rushes D to the door. And I feel I have to say this because we've come across a couple of terms here that probably are not, people would probably have some issues with. Again, this is how they wrote back then. Does not necessarily reflect current sensibilities nor um, current acceptable behaviors. This was written at a time when this was considered more acceptable language for the situation, but does not necessarily mean that we necessarily condone this language or its implications. So now that that's said, D, get out of here, quick! I'm not through with this guy yet. The knife flies out of his hand as Bullseye takes a pot shot at the half breed. That poor greaser seen his last sunset. Say, what's this? Looks like a note here in his hat. Hello? That's the same code the sheriff found. And this half-breed must be a member of Trent's gang. Can you translate it, Bill? Hmm. You know, the thing is, it seems like going back and forth. They're kind of going back and forth between who Steve is and who Bill is. Seems like.
It does seem like that, yes.
Here, let me try. X5 or XS must mean the cross star ranch. The arrow means go to. The circle and dot should be a target. Target ranch. Another arrow. And CTC is cattle canyon. And the M may be for Mexico. Reading it that way, it says from the Cross Star Ranch, go to Target Ranch, then to Cattle Canyon, and then to Mexico. So Trent must be must be at the canyon now. Dick and I will head for Cattail Canyon. We'll round up Trent and his gang there. Steve, you go to town and get the sheriff. Follow us to the canyon. We'll need help. Hold it, Dick. This is the fork. Take it easy now. We'll be there in a minute. Uh-oh. There's the lookout. As Bill and Dick come over a hill, they spot two of Trent's men. Before the men can continue, three shots ring out from the lookout. Bullet whips through Dick's hat. Bullet whips through Dick's hat. In a flash, Bill's six-shooter is in his hand, and he scores two bullseyes. The lookout men out of the way, Bill and Dick thunder up over the hill and down into Trent's camp. Trent recognizes Bill. He shouts the alarm. Holy smoke, it's Bill. It's Bullseye. Get ready, man. We'll show those guys. After him, Dick. Let him have it, boy. Suddenly, a rope whips out and snakes Bill from his saddle. Bill crashes to the ground with a terrific thud. But is up in a flash and snaps a shot at his captor. Another bullseye. And that's why he's called Bullseye Bill, right? Right, Tim?
Yeah, I think that's what they're getting at.
No sooner does his Colt recoil than one of Trent's men is upon him. Smack! His opponent unconscious, Bullseye squeezes another hunk of lead out of the revolver. Hey, Dick, get Trent. He's trying to get away. You're not so smart, Bill Target. I'll see you in the funny papers. Their opponents beaten, but with empty guns, They watch helplessly, Trent escaping to the hills. Well, Dick, that's that. Nothing more we can do now. Might as well get back to the ranch. Next month, Bullseye will continue his search for Trent, but watch for a new development. Introducing, don't forget, next month, Target Comics. All right. Well, Tim, what did you think of that story?
Had a lot of action to it.
It did a ton. I know earlier in the story you kind of joked about it a bit, but they did eventually pick up on the action though afterwards. Because I know you said it the first time, it seemed more sarcastic, like maybe you were expecting more action, but then the action picked up afterwards, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's see. So here we go. We're moving on to the next story then. So, what do you think of the variety thus far, Tim?
Well, there's many different types of stories.
Yeah, we've had a superhero one and a western
Cowboy
one.
one.
Huh? Lucky Bird Flying Cadet Movie Menace. All right. Lucky Bird is a flying cadet at Randolph Field, Texas. Our west point of the air, quote unquote. He and his classmates will become second lieutenants in the Air Corps Reserve and placed on active service if and when they complete the course. Loris Adams, the commandant's daughter, interests Lucky. Glossary of cadet slang. Mister, all cadets are Mister. Um, Dodo, and uh, underclassmen, let's see. Hedge hop, to fly too low. Backwash, propeller blast. Benzie board, a trail board. All right, so all that. Recognition Day, when the dodos become upperclassmen. Dodo, as in I guess like a dodo bird. Since this is the Air Corps we're talking about.
I have no idea.
Congratulations, Mr. Bird. It must be grand not to be a dodo anymore. Oh, and have you heard the news? What news is that, Miss Loris? I'm so thrilled. Ramon Ramosa is going to make a picture here at Randolph. I met him at Palm Springs, and he's divine. That movie ham? Oh, you're just jealous. You men are all alike. It's not that, Ramosa. It's not that. Ramosa is a bum. And early the next day, here come the movie trucks, Lucky. Yeah, a strange plane arrived. Wonder who that hedge hopping uh, nitwit is. He's plenty low and swoops recklessly over Lucky. Look out, dope! Lucky drops to the ground. Blasted idiot! As the plane rolls to a stop, Lucky dashes over, furious. Hey, you! Addressing me, my man? You imbecile! That was a criminally careless landing. You nearly struck me. Say, who are you anyhow? I am Ramon Ramosa. Listen, you panty-wasted matinee idol. You try any more hedge hopping around here, and I'll take you apart. Or my name isn't Lucky Bird. Take your hands off me. And another thing, pretty boy, stay away from Loris Adams. Get that? Lucky Bird, huh? I will fix you, bah. And as Lucky strides away. Okay. Uh, that night, as practice landing with parachute flares begins, there is the usual scramble by the cadets for the silk parachutes. Lucky is right. Lucky is right. Bird's grabbed himself a chute. On his way back to quarters, Lucky, oh, I've always wanted a souvenir chute. You have one. You have one now, Lois. Here. Oh, oh, thanks. Look, I can fit it into my handbag. You'd better dash back to quarters before Dad catches you out. Good night. Good night, Loris. I'll make a try for another flare shoot for Lois. The very next night, a strange sight greets Lucky. What the? Why, it's Loris. Loris is struggling with Ramon Ramosa. No, no. I tell you, I won't go up with you. But yes, you will, baby. Come, we get my plane. You will like a joyride with Ramon. Uh-oh. Trying to lure the commander's daughter into a joyride.
Yes, luring usually involves shoving somebody into a car.
Okay, well, okay, forcibly, I guess forcibly taking her, but not really a good idea though. What would you say that, Tim?
No, it is not.
Oh, it's not a plane. It's actually a car. Okay, Ramosa's car spins away with Loris still protesting. Hey there, you! Stop! There's only one way to catch them. Out of the way, buddy. I'm borrowing this ship. Lucky, in the borrowed ship, roars away in an effort to follow Ramosa's car. Pardon my backwash. There they are, heading into a private field. So little Wildcat, we take a joyride down to Mexico, and then you marry with Ramosa, eh? No, no, I can't. Please let me go. After a short chase north, um, with Lois aboard, Ramosa takes off for the border. Kidnapping. Wow, this guy's a real charmer, isn't he? Isn't he, Tim?
He must have inspired Bill Cosby.
Oh boy. Uh, as Ramosa again turns south toward Mexico, and Randolph Field. Lucky pursues him. Loris has inspiration. That chute, I can drop it and someone will pick it up. She hastily scrawls a message in lipstick. Wow, using her own lips, I guess, to scrawl it, right? Ah. Unobserved, Loris drops the parachute on Randolph Field. Meanwhile, Lucky's plane overtakes that of Ramosa. Lucky deliberately sets about flying Ramosa plane out of the air. How's this one, pretty boy? Hey! 5 minutes later, Ramosa, shaken by Lucky's maneuvers, brings his ship to Earth. Get out of that plane, you rat. I'm going to beat you within an inch of your life. Ramosa swings at Lucky with a heavy wrench, but misses. So that's the way you fight. Why, you and I'll do this every time I see you, pretty pan. Pretty pan. I wonder if Pretty Pan is any relation to Peter Pan, maybe, Tim?
I don't know.
Tim, if anything grabs your attention, feel free to chime in at any point. You don't have to wait for me to ask you.
No, I just no.
You haven't, nothing's grabbed your attention too much yet? Or
Not really, no.
aside from that initial advertisement, right?
Well, this, that, and the other thing, but it's nothing special.
You better keep this quiet, Loris. I saw it happen, but nobody else would believe such a tale. I guess you're right, Lucky. Back at Randolph Field again. Now get home fast before anybody sees you. Thanks so much, Lucky. In the hangar, Lucky finds Major Adams awaiting him. Uh-oh. I wonder what's going to happen here. Mr. Bird, you are under arrest. You will report to the Benzie board tomorrow at 2 p.m. Yes, sir. The next afternoon, just before the trial board, trial board, not trail board, I guess, meets, Bird, you must have had some reason for taking that plane. It wasn't like you. I have no excuse, Major Adams. Let's see. Half an hour later, before the benzene board, I have nothing to say, sir. Then, Flying Cadet Bird, the board is forced to recommend your dismissal from the Corps. Outside, Loris pleads with her father to believe her story. You see, Daddy, I had flirted a little with Ramosa, and he took it seriously. When Lucky saw him kidnap me, he swiped the plane to follow us. You like young Bird well enough to alibi for him, daughter? When suddenly an enlisted man enters with the chute. Major, I just found this on the roof of one of our hangars. Daddy, that is the chute I wrote a message on. Holy smokes, it's true. The board is interrupted. Gentlemen, I should like to present the board with some new evidence. In my opinion, Mr. Bird deserves not censure, but commendation. Major Adams. Mammoth Pictures? I am barring your leading man, Ramosa, from this field. I should send him to jail or shoot him. You heard me. He's out. And you'll shoot no pictures here. Wow. He said he should be in jail or shot. That wouldn't go well today, would it? At least the threat of shooting, wouldn't it? Right, Tim?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, the mute button was clicking on the mute button and it was not unmuting.
Huh. Take a look at that, Loris. Your father certainly does work fast. You're not so slow yourself, Lucky. Location Unit, Eaglets of America, starring Robert Baylor. Not not Ramon Ramosa. Alrighty then. What did you think of that story, Tim?
I like the cowboy one better.
You like the cowboy one better? All right. Here's our humor story. The High Grass Twins, Joe and Mo. Mo and Joe's high test maple syrup. All's quiet on the high grass front. In fact, one might say it's very still. By Jack Cole, by the way. Jack Cole, I think they said, was the guy who created Plastic Man. I don't know. Have you probably have never seen some of the earliest Plastic Man comics, have you? Because this does look like Jack Cole's work, from what I've seen of it.
I mean, is that the guy who did Popeye?
No, E.C. Seeger did Popeye. Jack Cole did Plastic Man.
Didn't DC buy Plastic Man?
Yeah, eventually, because Plastic Man was originally a property of Quality Comics. Okay, the same company that has like Doll Man and like Uncle Sam and all that. Plastic Man was a part, and he was one of the many characters that DC bought from Quality. So, climbing Lookout Mountain, Mo makes his daily checkup. Do my peepers deceive me? Gangway, the Kentucky Grapevine Telegraph is in operation. Gotta spread the news. Mo tells Judd Showback. Reverend Noir's coming. What? Judd tells Droopy Twin Oaks. Reverend Noir's coming. Sure enough, Droopy tells Zeb Zelther. Reverend Noir's coming. I swore. Zeb tells Joe Highgrass. Reverend Noir's coming. Do tell. Joe tells Mo Highgrass. Reverend Noir's coming. You don't say. News, show, news show gets ran, don't it? What'll we do? They'll plumb wreck our syrup business. We'll declare open season on all revenue wars. Over 6 inches. That's what. Wild West buckshot on them air. Worthless creatures. I shot one and skinned him once couldn't get a plug nickel for the darn hide. Let's outwit him and save the lead. I've filled the percolator with sugar and water now to hide the real stuff. Making illegal soda pop. Give me a swig. I've got to have evidence. And plenty of glug. Go ahead. It's hairless. What do you think? What do you think of the dialogue here, Tim?
Oh, sorry, it's pretty funny.
Who's that? It's the Reverend War. He's down in the sugar water. Great guns! I'm seeing double. That proves it. You're under arrest for making super soda pop. He's thinking they're moonshining. You know what moonshining is, Tim?
Yeah, I think I know what moonshining is.
Get along and pity you if I go stone blind. But we're twins. Listen to this. Sweet Adeline, my Adeline at night, sweetheart. For your Venus pine. Thar, did ya ever heard tell of one person singing a duet? Ain't no argument when I get this way. I not only see double, but I also hear double. Click. Came the passing of the night. Okay, Pop, I'll relieve you. Take over, son. Gad, but I hate night shift. Haven't slept well. The Revenue visits. Still two of you? By golly, I guess you really are twins. Tee, that's a good one on me. Oh boy. Oh boy. By the way, since you aren't under arrest, we'll have to charge you for a night's lodging and 2 meals. Twins, boy, that's one on me. All right, ha ha ha, ha ha ho ho, here, ha her, he he. The nerve of some pulpuses. That's one of them. Her. Dag nib it. I can't get anything on these hillbillies round here. Gotta change my approach. This ought to fool them. Hello, kitty. Could a lady get a sip of a thirst quench? She got. Wow! Like it? What? Am I seeing double? Oh no, I'm not gonna bite on that again. You're twins. That's what. And so the revenue agent um, goes from home to home, quote, tasting, quote unquote, for evidence of illegal soda pop. Can't fool me, you're twins too. Oh boy.
Is this a
Okay.
roundabout way about? Is this a roundabout way about them talking about prohibition?
Um, I don't know. I'm not sure because by this point, prohibition was actually already had already prohibition had already been
Right, but
nullified at this point.
it's illegal soda pop. So what else could it be?
Well, yeah, they're moonshining. So, but um, twins, twins. And the way they're drawing the twins now, though, you notice how they're kind of phasing into each other. It's almost like he is seeing double now.
Yeah,
You notice that?
yeah,
Look at the drawings there.
yeah.
It
I
does
saw
seem
that.
like it does seem like they're like merging them, like you seeing double. And more twins. Funny how full these mountains is of twins. Which reminds me, I think I'll pay them highgrass boys another visit. Or now don't tell me you're quadruplets. What next? Oh boy. I got ya red-handed this time. If he's a whiff of the air around here does this to me, what'll a swig of yon soda pop do? Off to jail with you. Bam! But here we go again. Are you blue sad? Are you blue sad? See next issue. What did you think of that story?
Hello. What?
That was kind of a funny story, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, a little break from the norm from like some of the action adventure stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it was it wasn't ha ha funny, but it was cute. Like, oh, that's cute. Okay. Super illegal soda pop, but they really mean hooch.
Yeah.
I mean, but then
Well, if
again,
you
that's
remember
also
what
it's
what
also
we now, well, if you remember too, what we now know as soda, I think was initially called sarsaparilla, which was, I think, at the time considered a form of an adult beverage way back when it was first created.
it was a cure all quack medicine.
Yeah. So.
And again, this is at that time they what they really thought of kids. They thought kids as being stupid, which is why I think it's kind of insulting that there are some people who want to kind of reverse the progression of where we are comic book wise and go back to treating them like they're stupid.
Yeah. You know what's kind of funny though about this particular duo? Um, because I told you that I had actually read the first issue with RJ. So the high grass twins were introduced as basically 50-year-old kids, basically, in essence. So like they're chronologically they're 50 years old, but they in essence still live at home with their mother, and they act more like kids than adults.
Okay, I want you to think about that long and hard. They have a mind. They're 50. They have the mind of a kid, and they live with their parents.
Okay, what why do you want me to think about that?
Think about that. It's a kind of a roundabout way of saying they're quote quote unquote special.
Ah,
Think about it. I mean,
yeah,
because like a 50-year-old man's not going to have a mind of a child.
yeah. Well, unless it's Homer Simpson.
Well, Homer Simpson's the embodiment of the everyman.
Yeah. So what? So then, what exactly are you getting? Are you saying that maybe this is a way that they were painting
They're
people who are considered cognitively disabled?
yes. The term would be they're simple minded.
Yeah. Well, I think.
They're special. They're that word that you don't like.
Yeah. Well, I think though. I think though that's here's the thing, and you look at them, right? You look at this area, you know, and you think of like Hatfield and McCoy as well. I think what is generally considered of people, let's say particularly of the Appalachian area, which is basically where this seems to be set, right?
Oh, okay. So
You know,
this is kind of a jab at rednecks then in a sense. But
yeah,
that
right,
I
yeah,
don't think that would translate today because everyone just kind of goes to the whole lives in the woods, has a lot of guns, and it is kind of simple.
right. But
That's a stereotype.
that I think this is more of a depiction of what they thought people in the Appalachians were like. And yes, a lot of the people in the Appalachians, in the South, in the rural South, were always considered somewhat like simple-minded. In an attempt at being very insulting about it, Barack Obama called them, yeah, they cling to their gods and their guns, right? In other words, by clinging to your gods and your guns, therefore you must be simple-minded. You're not as enlightened as I, Barack Obama, or I, a liberal, is. It was that kind of. It's kind of the old city versus country mentality there.
Well, those people are usually kind of phonies anyway. So
Yeah. So, but that's kind of an interesting discussion you and I just had on that.
yes, I mean I kind of find this cartoon insulting in that way because it's like just come out and say it. So that's what I'm talking about right there. When I talk about they don't come out and they say it, they have to sugarcoat it for people, and it's that's almost that's like insulting.
Yeah, but I think that was just the writing style of the time period. That was kind of also the humor of the time period too, because they had a lot of very negative stereotypes. I mean, we just talked about it with here, but also in the Western one, right?
Yeah,
With and there have been a number of times in some of these Golden Age comics where some Asians, particularly the Chinese, were depicted in a very negative manner,
right.
right? So, I mean, that was just the writing they were doing at that time, So, um, anyways, we will now move on to the next story, and it's not this one. I go skip down to city editor once I find that. Here we go, city editor. City editor by Potter. Here's a good one. Girl bites policeman. Well, some of them are a bit doggish. Okay. How come, Chief? Sounds like a story. Oh, it's Sonia Damaroff's maid. Go around to the Stanton house. Phil Joy Bell. You go to I think go around to the station house, Phil. Joy Bell, you go to the Blue Devil Cabaret. Those are two places where we might find out what happened to Sonia Damaroff. At the Blue Devil, Joy sees the manager. She claims she lost him here. She also says her maid Olga lifted him in her apartment. The cops have arrested the maid. Hmm. A bit wired up on her information. A bit mixed up on her information. Meanwhile, at the police station, Phil questions the desk sergeant. What about this man eating female Sarge? Man eating female. That's interesting. Uh, try to eat Rafferty. We run her in for stealing the Damaroff jewels, but had to let her go for lack of evidence. Later, you you say your maid stole the emeralds. You also said you lost them at the Blue Devil. Who did you dance with? With Mr. Beachley. He never stole them. Oh dear, I'm all mixed up. Oh boy. Oh boy. Mixed up woman there, eh, Tim?
Yep.
Know anything more about this Sonia Damaroff, Phil? Spends a good deal of time dancing. Spends a good deal of time dancing with a young man. She's got a photo of him on her piano. Okay. Oh. A good idea to get a picture of that fellow. I have an idea. She'd like to get her picture in the papers. Why not send our photog when he shoots her picture? The man's photo will be in the background. Joy Bell and the photographer go to Sonia's apartment. This assignment is a pleasure. Don't forget, we want the young man's picture in your photo. And take a photograph showing Beachley in the background. How do I look, Mr. Photographer? Okay, now just a little more to the left so they can get the picture, so get Beachley's picture in their pic, right? Uh,
Yep.
did did you get the shot? All right. Well, it's very small. It'll be hard to bring it up, but here, Chief, best I can do. That part of the photo was smaller than a stamp. I don't recognize him. I don't recognize him, but I'll send to the Bureau of Identification. Precinct Police Department. Guess the next guess the next thread of the mystery is the Blue Devil. Okay, let's go there. That's Beachley, the fellow in the photo. I wonder who she is. Let's follow them carefully. They are going downtown. This is as far as we go. We better keep an eye on this place. Oh, okay, Olga. I just heard him call her Olga. That's the maid's name, isn't it, Phil? Phil tells Pinky to watch the house. Beachley and Olga entered. Night comes. Gee, I wish something would happen. It's getting kind of cool here. That night, Joy Bell comes to relieve Pinky. It's time. It's time that poor kid was relieved. He's been here for hours. Reporters never get sleepy. I'd like to help nab that thief. A woman comes quickly out of the basement entrance carrying a parcel. Joy and Pinky follow her. We'll follow. We'll follow her. That's her, Joy Bell. Come on. To a pawn shop. Oh, okay. A woman comes quickly out of the basement entrance carrying a parcel. Joy and Pinky follow her to a pawn shop, but she accidentally sees them and does not go in. She races away around a corner. Oh, look at her face right there. She's not a happy camper, is she?
Nope.
Later, the woman jumps out of a dark shadow and attempts to strike Joy with a blackjack. But Pinky takes a flying leap and hangs a dead weight on her arm. Namely him, right? Pinky the dead weight.
Yep.
Boy. If she'd hit a if she'd have hit you, I'd have killed her. Almost Phil's going to teach me how to box. Brave boy. uh you say it was Olga who tried to kill you, Joy, and she got away with her package up a dark hallway. You stay out of this now. Now it's a job for Phil and the police. I suppose I've got to let you come, old scout, but you stay behind the police. Donovan's a good friend of yours. Ah, Phil, I won't get hurt. Clutch, Clutch is the jewel thief. All right, and Olga is his pal. There's a lot up there. There's a lot up there. Wait till the wagon comes. We'll break in. No answer to the bell. How can we get in? Say Phil, I could get in through the coal hole if it's loose. So he's going into the sewer. It looks like. Hey Tim.
Yep. Looks like they're going into the sewer.
Pinky crawls down the coal hole, unseen by the occupants of the house, and opens the front door from the inside. At the top of the dark stairway, the man hurls himself on Phil. Phil puts him to sleep with a right hand to the jaw. That'll take care of you, sonny boy. Let's see. Well, gentlemen, is this the way to visit a lady? Rushing into a lighted room where the police are threatened with an automatic, but Donovan sends the weapon spinning. No lady no lady plays with that kind of a toy. Look at that. Slapped it right out of her hand. Hey Tim.
Yeah, he slapped that gun right out of his hand, right out of her hand.
Actually, that is not too hard of a thing to do if you hit the right spot. You hit like on the wrist here. There's a nerve there that would loosen your hand enough to where it basically like the idea of giving you like a Charlie horse in your hand or something like that.
Oh, I had no idea.
There they are, Sergeant. All tied up for you, both of them. The thieves are rounded up, but where are the jewels? Pinky finds them hidden in a golf bag. Gee, Phil, this looks like him. I'll say it does, boy. Doorbell and Pinky take this take this hardware to Miss Goodbonds or whatever her real name is. Tell her to drop that Sonia stuff and get her husband down here. We are we are like the mounted. We always get our man. Do you know what he means by mounted in that case?
Are you trying to suggest that was a euphemism?
Well, the mounted in this case, I think what he's talking about is the Mounties, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
Because their motto is "We always get our man." I'm a regular newspaper man now, I guess. Oh, Pinky. Another thrilling adventure with Pinky, Joybell, and Phil in City Editor next month. Don't miss it. What do you think of that one, Tim?
I think the new best is the funny cartoon. At least that was funny.
Well, what did you think of this story?
It was okay.
So, yeah, so let's see. Where are we at on time here? Let's see. Oh, we're at hour 34. Oh, let's see. Guess we could try to find one more story here before I do that. The Puppet Man by John Spring. I think this is only a 2-pager. I'll go ahead and read this one. We still got some time here. While the puppeteer is looking for him, a little puppet man is being brought to school by Jerry and Jane. Gee, Jerry, it certainly will be fun going to school with you children. Now, children, who can recite the poem Spring? Teacher, I can. It is my favorite poem. I love to hear the birds sing the song of ever welcome spring. My, what a clever little fellow. Gosh, it was nothing at all. Meanwhile, Pedro, the puppeteer, is still on the trail of the little puppet man. Without him, the show is a flop. Oh boy, that's swell. Say, let's make him a member of our safety club. Therefore, we name you Woody. Now recite our oath. I promise to obey all the safety rules of the club, to be honest, true, and loyal. Jerry, don't tie it too tight. You'll hurt him. The idea is to find your way back to the club blindfolded. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's hide. No, let's see what he does. The little puppet man wanders near the canyon, but luckily Jane spies him. Jerry, look! Woody is crossing the canyon. Stop him! Woody, come back! Ha ha! Trying to scare me? Why, who's afraid? Whew, what a narrow escape. Crash! Boom! What was that? Why, Jerry, Jane, where are you? Gulp, gosh, why, I could have been killed. Whew. Hurry, Jane, we can cross by the old wooden bridge before he gets into more trouble. Oh, I hope nothing has happened to him. Help! Help! Why, Bubbles, how in the world did you get down there? Hang on. I'm going to help going for help. I was watching you cross the log. In the excitement I slipped and here. Well, here I am. Boy, my chance to be brave came sooner than I thought. All I need is a rope to save Bubbles. Phew, that was a long run. Thank heaven I've reached home. Now for a rope. Who can that be? Will Woody be in time to save Bubbles? What will Jerry and Jane think when they find him? When they find him gone? Don't miss the next issue. What did you think of that story, Tim?
Pretty quick.
Yeah, that was a bit of a quicker one, but we're now at like hour 40 here. Let's see. And I think that's enough. I think that's enough. What do you think, Tim?
Yeah, that was a. I would say that was a.
Actually, the Sap family is another quick one too. I guess we can do that one real
Oh,
quick.
we could. Yeah, that okay. Shoot.
All right. Elmer Junior, Elmer Junior's calling you. Go down and see what he wants. Ah, shucks. All right, Junior. I'll be down in 1 second. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, trying to kill a cop, huh? Well, you'll get 10 years for this. 10 years? But, officer, I can't afford to lose all that time. Hey, come back! Quick, give me your sled. I'm making a quick getaway. Okay, Pop. Holy smoke! It's too steep. Help! Eek! Yow! Help! Wow! Private property. Crash! Ah, safe at last. Phew. Phew. It's lucky that Junior didn't take this ride. Gosh, he could never have survived it. I can't figure out how I got through alive. Hey, Pop! What you stopping here for? There's only halfway. The thrilling part is still ahead. Swish. Oh boy, what did you think of that one, Tim?
It's over already.
Yeah, that was only 2 pages.
Wow.
All right, so
Didn't seem there was much to that one.
yeah, fantastic feature film. Orson Black, The Devil's Dust.
Are we
Let's
gonna move? Are we
breeze
gonna
into
move?
the rest of it just to look at the artwork.
Are we gonna move on to this week in niche history?
Yeah, well, this day in history. Yeah, we will in a second here. Before we do that, just wanted to hear your thoughts on what we read tonight. Any overarching thoughts? What were your overall impressions of what we read?
Mostly getting the idea that nothing really changed till the '60s, with the exception of World War II, and then the horror comics that were prevalent and popular in the '50s.
Hmm. Yeah,
Pretty much the type of storytelling was all just like unnecessary dialogue and explaining what you're looking at,
hmm.
with very simplistic plot where they didn't have to even struggle to get out or even defeat the villain. So it does kind of come off as a little dull.
So let's see. We had of course White Streak, the Man of War. The superhero. We had Bullseye Bill Target. We had Lucky Bird, Flying Cadet. We had the High Grass Twins. Um, let's see. We had, of course, we
That
had.
being one of the few exceptions to there, because they seem to the whole funny, the comic strips and such.
We had the Sat family. That one was kind of a humor one as well. We had City Editor. So, all right. So, of the lot, and I think I already know, but I'm going to ask this anyways. Of the stories that we went through tonight, what would you say was probably your favorite or the one that you like the most?
Well, it was the cowboy one because it had the most action, but I'd have to say the funny
Bullseye
comment.
Bill?
Yeah, the one with the illegal super soda.
Yeah. Oh, wait, the Super Soda one, that was the Highgrass twins.
Yeah,
So let's see, the two that you liked the most were Bullseye Bill and the Highgrass twins. Those are the two features you liked.
for the most part. If I had to pick a few.
Okay. Now, which story was the one that you liked the least?
Um, Probably the news reporter one.
What about it did you not like?
It was a snooze fest.
Well, yeah, I mean, it wasn't a superhero one. It kind of was following the now. I kind of like the idea of okay, following news people that as they are pursuing stories like this. They can't have some probably as compared to some of the other stories you read was probably the least active, obviously, but had the least action. But as a story, I think it still had some interesting twists in it. All right, so here let's see. Well, let's see. It's actually we're at 1 hour 47. So I think it would be a good time to move on to the this day in each history then, because how we should get pretty close to 2 hour mark by the time we're done here. So let me just so today being Friday, February 9th, 20 2020 2024. Let's take a look back at this day in each history. History. All right. Okay. Oh, I guess I must have. All right. So, anyways, guess I misread that, but anyways, all right. So first off, we're gonna head back 80 years ago. Well, why did I do that? Why or how did I do that? Heading back 80 years ago today, on this date, 80 years ago today, the 45th issue of Blue Bolt from Novelty Press went on sale on this date back in 1944. Sold for 10 cents and 48 pages. So, on this date, 80 years ago today, the 45th issue of Blue Bolt from Novelty Press, the same publishing company of the book that we just read tonight as well. Blue Bolt, along with Bullseye, Bill, and White Streak, were some of the main characters that came out of Novelty. So on this date, 80 years ago tonight, 80 years ago today, the 45th issue of Blue Bolt from Novelty Press went on sale on this date. Moving on to the next piece of niche history, as it were. On this date, 20 years ago today, WWE held its Monday Night Raw event from the Rose Garden Arena in Portland, Oregon, which happened, of course, this was the go-home Raw before the No Way Out pay-per-view. The main event saw Randy Orton retain the Intercontinental title in a triple threat match against Booker T and Van Dam. Kane defeated Hurricane. Chris Benoit defeated Ric Flair. And in the opening match, Chris Jericho teamed with Trish Stratus to defeat Molly Holly and Matt Hardy. So, 20 years ago today, WWE held its Monday Night Raw event from the Rose Garden Arena. It was the go-home Raw before the No Way Out pay-per-view that year. Now, 6 years ago today, and I thought this was 2019, but I guess I must have misclicked or something like that. But on this date, 6 years ago today, the YouTube web series Monster High completed its run on YouTube on this date 6 years ago today. On this date 6 years ago today, back in 2018, the YouTube web series Monster High completed its run. Actually, when I picked this, I thought it said 2019, but I guess I was misread it. Anyways, now finally on this day in 2019, Sunrise's Code Geass Lelouch of the Resurrection premiered in Japanese movie theaters on this date back 5 years ago today in 2019. This date 5 years ago, Code Geass Lelouch of the Resurrection from Sunrise premiered in Japanese theaters on this date back in 20. Well, I thank everybody for being here tonight. Thank you, Tim, for being here. And I'll put you down for the 15th March.
Yep.
Let's see. So, did you want to promote anything before we leave here?
No. Pretty much just working on Zen Odysseus #1 and Melvin #4.
All right. Well, then I think we'll go ahead and wrap up here a little early, but that's all right. You'll just stick around for a couple minutes afterwards for post show.
Yep.
That'll be fine. With that, I thank everybody for being here. We'll be back here on Sunday with of course our weekend edition, our panel show. Hopefully, we can get some people on to talk, get some good conversations going. With that, I thank everybody for being here, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.